Halo, selamat siang. Perkenalkan, nama saya Yuni Manalu. Saya dari kelas X2A dengan MPM 202112500025. Di sini saya akan mengumpulkan UAS Pronunciation Practice oleh Miss Ayu Bandung. Today I'm going to two young people who are both doing volunteer work in the sports sector. First is Liam Parker, who is a king BMX biker and does a lot of work sports center. And then there is Debbie Sanford, who has volunteered to help with many different sports and who now has paid job with a sports organization. So Liam told us about the place to work. It sounds really interesting. Yes, it's really cool. Basically, it's a workspace where a lot of sport and cultural events take place. It used to be a Swiss building hangar, but the company went bust years ago. The building was taken over and completely removed and reposed about 5 years ago. Now we have facilities for all kinds of urban sports like skateboarding, breakdancing, parkour, cake scooter. Hang on a moment, can you explain the rest too? A cake scooter is just a normal scooter with a handlebar, deck and wheels. But now we have a ton scooter and special ones for racing. And parkour has been around for a while now as a very roaming around and urban environment. It developed for military training. It involves climbing, running, fronting, jumping, swinging, and stuff like that. Everyone sees on TV and videos people jumping off aircraft, hikes building between roofs and things. So, what are you involved with? My passion is for BMX, and I want to get other people involved in the sport. But I do all kinds of things at the center. I make sure the bikes and scooters with safe standards. I check the track and trails so that they are clean and no one can slip and hurt themselves. I teach kids the basics of BMX and to demonstration. I sometimes cook in the burger fan too. Right? So you have learned a lot of skill? Yeah, at first I was a bit nervous about speaking to group, but now I have no problem game safety induction to people. I had to learn spot specific words and in case anyone hurts themselves. Cooking hanging for the burger fun, maths for taking money at the till. I have a lot training in the different areas and can achieve a certificate. So, all the training will be valuable when you come to look for paid work? Absolute. I am still only 18 and I have been volunteer for 2 years. I would like to stay in this sector and find full-time paid work. So, observe all my experience and skill would have a lot. Thank you, Liam. And now our other guest has made the jump from volunteer work to paid work. Debbie, you have been involved in many different sports in your 22 years, haven't you? Yes, quite a few. I started off playing football at county level and then got into coaching. I recall that I would have been able to play football without this help of volunteer, so when I had the chance to help other people, I did. Then I started to degree in sport development and I realized that a lot of people like me would soon have degree and be looked for a job and I would need more experience to compete with them all. So you volunteer again? Yes, I spent years helping with an online sports volunteer and volunteer at various events including a cricket tournament, a table tennis championship, and a half marathon. Wow, That is a lot experience. Yes, I must add that I do actual basketball or table tennis myself. Thus, I do run. You don't have to be expert in a sport to volunteer. There are lots of jobs that need doing. And now you have finished your degree and you're working. The psych. I wrote my dissertation of direction and recommend of volunteer, and now I manage volunteer for an organization promotion swimming. I also organize an event at national level. I would never have got the job without all my volunteer experience. It helped me a lot. And finally, a question for you both. Do you think we sometimes afraid volunteer in this country? Are they doing things for their free when they ought to be getting paid? Liam, I believe that you volunteer for about 10 or 20 years a week. Do you ever wish that should be paid for what you do? Well, of course, I would do this, but the organization I have is not profit making and I couldn't really afford to pay all the volunteer. At the moment, I'm happy to work. I love get experience of dealing with the public. I am living with my parents and they are paying my keep. In the future, I have to look for paid work. I think many volunteers feel they want to give something back to their sport. It was like Tefort, me with football. I feel it would be good to have more paid positions, but we all need volunteers. Sports that could learn function without them. It's really important to give people recognition for what they do to us. Thank you very much for sharing your experience. And now we are going to move. Okay, Miss, done.